right, so Transformers: The Last Night. What do I have to say about this? It is, if you know my thoughts on Transformers: Age of Extinction, I think it is one of the worst movies of the past 10 years. And this one is worse.
Yeah.
That's my thoughts. Yeah. I don't know. We'll get into exactly why, but this one is worse. And I didn't even think it was possible. Actually, that's what I tweeted right after the movie is. I didn't think it was possible, but it's worse. Throw everything else out the window because this movie sucks. Ozzy, what about you? What are your overall thoughts?
We need to really stop making these movies. We need to petition. If we're going to continue this.
Yeah.
Hashtag on Twitter, fire Michael Bay. And then we need to sign a petition saying, fire Michael Bay. That's what we need at this point. It is really, really freaking bad. Okay? It is so bad. I wanted to fall asleep.
I did multiple times. I was like, oh man, I could just take a nap right now.
I really wanted to fall asleep. You know what I can give Michael Bay credit for, at least in the fourth one? The fourth one was still action-packed. This one, no. It felt like a damn drag.
For this movie, the big selling point of their marketing was Optimus Prime turned bad. He's gone against the Transformers. It's literally he's bad for 5 minutes, and I get, is that a spoiler? I don't know if it's a spoiler, but it's just it's what? Why are we selling the movie like that? What are we doing? I don't know. Anyway, let's get into positives. Ozzy, what do you got?
There were some cool things in there. The CGI was okay for the most part. Done. As always, on Michael Bay, if there's anything that Michael Bay excels at, it is merging CGI and practical type things. He does it very well, and that's the one thing that nobody can really knock him on. He does CGI and visuals very, very well. Now, he did have some issues with the way the Transformers transformed in the last one, but that's neither here nor there. We're talking about this one, and it wasn't an issue in this one. I think that's what he's good at. It is the CGI. It is merging those kind of things. I also liked Mark Wahlberg for the most part.
Sure.
I mean,
yeah, he doesn't have anything to work with, but I mean,
he tried, and at least his character did something.
Yes. Other than that, I'm trying to think here. There were some cool enough action scenes with the Transformers. The problem is there's not enough of it, but when they do have action scenes, they're not stupid for the most part. Now, there's a little bit too much slow-mo.
Oh, there's a lot of slow-mo.
Other than that, the action scenes are pretty cool in this movie. There are so many different... The problem is, and this is a problem... It's incredible that this movie still has this problem with how much shorter it actually is. It is short.
This feels long.
I know, but it's short in comparison to the rest of the movies, to the rest of the Transformers movies. I'm not saying it feels that way, but it is. And it's amazing that it still has the problems, especially of the fourth one, where there's too many storylines. They tried to fit too much in here, and you can tell that there was a huge writer's room, because that was a huge thing. They announced that they were going to have this huge writer room. Michael Bay wasn't going to direct all these different things. They were going to switch everything up. And then it boiled down to just the same person writing the script again, and then Michael Bay coming back and directing. And you could tell that there used to be this huge writer's room, and they had all these ideas that were being thrown around there. And then one guy was like, all right, well, let's throw them all together. Because there are so many different storylines in this movie that just don't make sense, don't need to be there. And her storyline is definitely one. It goes away for a huge portion of the movie, and then she shows back up and is completely useless, and is just there to be there, like you were saying. Okay. And again,
they don't seem like real people.
Yeah.
It's just the script is so... I really want to curse, but I can't. It just feels so bad, okay? This movie really pisses me off. It's such a bad movie. It really is a bad movie.
Let's rate this movie. What do you got?
A -8.
Okay, really?
That's a -8. No. I cannot say 0 because it deserves worse than a 0, Carlos.
I think that's a little dramatic because there are things in this movie, there are redeeming qualities in this movie.
Okay, fine. I'll give it a 0.1.
Oh my gosh. Okay.
That's what it's getting. Jeez. I'm not going to give it anything else.
I would give it a 1.6.
1.6?
Yes.
Alright, it's getting like a 0.1.
Technically, it's not my worst movie of the year.
It's getting like a 0.1.